day that we have the green light. We're doing a podcast today, so
it's really a crazy time to be burning right now. There was some burning going on here today, and you were
like at the house.
Yeah, you were trying to get over your jet lag. I saw people running. Let's just say we saw people running with buckets.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was just like, I came outside and I looked out into the distance, and I just see like a couple people running back. Me and two were like, oh yeah, I think it's maybe getting out of control out there.
That's funny. Well, not funny. Hopefully safe, but
yeah.
It's a little dry here. It's a little crispy.
What's up, TikTok? Thank you guys for joining. How's it going? YouTube and Facebook. And welcome back to the podcast, everybody. We're doing the podcast live. You guys are here. An old but yet familiar voice today, that of my long-lost wife. Welcome back. Kiss live. Live kiss. She's dying. She can do it.
I really want to.
She can do it.
Here, you can kiss my new boil on
Ew,
my eye.
Get out of here. Boil on my lips.
Look, I got back to Fiji, and you probably can't
What's
see
up,
it
Kendrick?
on camera, but I have a boil. I got into the country, and I felt it. Right away, I went, oh, and then I thought it was allergies, because in Canada, when I got there for 3 days.
You got soft while you were in Canada. Actually, you got hard. I was soft, and you came back and got a boil.
Always terrible.
What?
Yeah, no. Okay.
Because you were working out, so you got fit.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Anyway, when I was in Canada for 3 days, my eye blew up like a balloon, and I didn't know why, and I thought it was allergies. And then when I got back here, I thought, oh my gosh, my eye's doing the same thing. But no, it's a blessing from Fiji. It's a boil on my eyeball.
Yeah.
So
she's hiding something. Hey, guys. I think she's hiding something. I'm going to put up a poll here. What is Stephanie hiding that's giving her a boil?
Maybe the fact that... Never mind.
What?
You missed me so much.
Dude, my satisfaction is giving you a boil.
Yeah, maybe.
Actually,
Stop.
This
is why
work.
I can't be on camera with you.
I'm sorry.
This is why that I avoid these things, because you live in a house full of men and don't understand how to be appropriate.
So, yeah, it's been a long month. It's been a lot of testosterone. A lot of testosterone.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel every day being here. I feel like this is just a house full of bros, and
it is.
Yeah, at least you're all generally hygienic.
And we've added to the Bros Club because Croy is now the new owner of an iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Oh, so
courtesy of cheap used phones in Canada.
So ladies, find him on social media.
Yeah, FaceTime, AirDrop.
So if you guys, he's got a new camera, new look.
We did. He doesn't know this, but we've turned his AirDrop on
camera.
Permanently. So for those of you who want to just AirDrop him when you see him in public, just go open your AirDrop and just AirDrop him pictures of yourself.
No, why are you saying this?
I'm just kidding. We didn't.
I hope you did not. Poor Croy's just gonna be disturbed for the rest of his life. Yeah.
Will everybody?
So I got back. You guys seem to have been eating a lot of curry while I was gone.
Where did you say that?
I don't know. Or what else did you eat while I was away? I don't normally make a lot of curry, so.
There's a lot of curry. Yeah, we curried just about everything under the sun. We even had curry guava.
No, you did not.
No, we didn't. Just kidding.
We'd be a little desperate.
Yeah, it was actually a lifesaver though.
Why? What?
Having Sia around.
Oh yeah. So John's cousin.
Auntie.
Oh, she's your auntie? Oh, I guess she is.
Of course.
I always just call her your cousin because she's so young.
She's younger than me?
Yeah, she's so...
Ageist.
Yeah.
Ageism.
Anyway, she's here helping out, taking care of the
AirDrop
house.
Proposal, that's right, yes.
AirDrop proposal.
That'd be so good. Yeah, that'd be so funny. Will you marry me? AirDrop it to him. He just like opens up. You got an AirDrop from...
Oh, have
Liana.
you seen those shirts? Okay, this is what we should do on our Waka family shirts.
What?
Not exactly this, but I kind of love it. It's like, would you date me is on the back, and it's got a QR code. And then if you like scan the QR code, then you can send that person like a message.
No way.
It's kind of sick. I think that is so cool.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe we should make Croy a t-shirt like that.
Yeah.
Would you date me?
We should. We should.
And we'd only sell one shirt to him. And that's it. But it would be useful. Be kind of awesome. But yeah, I think the QR code thing is a good idea.
It's very eligible. Croy.
Poor guy's just sitting here talking about
And
him.
he's watching from over there.
Yeah, is he?
He's supposed to come and lunch over here. So until he comes, we'll just keep talking about him.
Okay.
But you were gone for a couple of months.
Yeah.
It was a long couple of months.
Yeah, but I felt like you did good. The boys did good.
Yeah.
He had like a couple days where he was pretty
Emotional.
emotional. Yeah, but it was probably after the first month. But 2 months is a long time to be gone, and
Yeah.
I felt
There was one day, and I think I posted on the story or something. It was a thought. The two bosses are off riding horses and chasing bulmaka right now. For those of you who are wondering, that's our sons. And I was thinking, how do people in the military, like military wives, typically, how do they do it?
oh, like be left at home.
Yeah,
alone?
be left at home while their husbands go on these long duties, months, even years, some people. But like the crazy part is like you don't know where they're going a lot of the times. Like so we have a I don't know if it's a friend, but a person that we know whose husband is in the Marines, and when we met him, we're like, hey, so when you go, like you guys talk? Yeah, we talk, and like, so are you able to tell her where you're going? And they're like, no, we can't.
Yeah.
I never know. I can never tell her where I'm going or what my mission is or whatever. I'm like, whoa.
That'd be so weird.
Granted, he's not a person who's like always like on the front line, but you're still a Marine.
Well, and it's a little less risky than what I was doing. I was scrubbing toilets and working out at the gym.
Yeah.
So.
The only thing that could have killed you is like E. coli poisoning or listeria or something like that.
Yeah, something brutal.
True.
And you know what was not good? I got a card in the mail that said that I no longer had health insurance in Canada, and I just neglected to get extra coverage while I was there. I just forgot about it. I had emailed our insurance company, and then they just never got back to us or me.
We got so lucky.
And then I just kind of forgot about it. So that could have been really bad. I got it near the end of my trip, like the mail, but it was probably canceled way prior to that. So, you know, you couldn't have been like, I didn't get the letter. Like, I still have coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a little risky. So if you go back, then you need to make sure you get
travel insurance?
Yeah, travel insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the medical system in Canada is so expensive if you're not under the regular coverage.
Oh, there's somebody here who's going to be part of the Leadership Fiji that's going to be visiting next week.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
I love when Leadership Fiji comes by.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
We'll see. I've kind of been over having, many public speaking opportunities. I've kind of perfected or kind of like come up with like my speech, which is pretty solo though.
Arrogant sounding.
No.
The kind of perfected.
No, what I'm getting to. Yeah, I'm pretty great.
John's pretty amazing.
I'm saying is that like it's a real solo
himself.
chat. It's been a long time since me and you talked together.
Yeah, that's because I don't memorize things. I just
I know.
with the flow.
We just go off the top of shoot off the hip, right?
Yeah.
It's broken, Seba. It's broken. That thing is broken. When you put water in it, it's broken. That what you're holding is broken. And so, are we just gonna shoot off the hip again with Leadership Fiji?
Well, we can maybe go with what you have.
Because what I say is definitely too long. I'm way too long-winded.
Oh.
If I get going.
Well, I'll take a look at what you
He's
have.
like, yeah, that was 33 minutes. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shoot.
John was talking to me about what he's going to say. He's like, I don't know if I even have 10 minutes in me. And then 33 minutes later.
Yeah, because they're like, you have an hour. And I'm like, there's no way that I can talk for an hour. So like I can do like 10 minutes and then we can just do Q&A because I really way prefer Q&A. And yes, to Rokonoa? Rokonoa. Yeah, vlogging and content creation definitely helps out with articulation.
Yeah,
For
well,
sure.
John's really good at it. You'll see me less on the
100%.
videos because I don't know. It doesn't matter how many years we do it. I still feel like
Uncomfortable?
Like Tua puts a camera in front of my face. It's not my.
Do you feel
favorite thing.
comfortable doing podcasts and
Yeah,
stuff
I feel
that?
like live stuff is fine. I feel less awkward about it.
Yeah.
Got a munchkin coming over my way. Hello. Yes. Oh, that's fine.
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, you have to take the cap out of the end. Sorry, we have one of our sons. And this is live, everybody, for those of you who might be just listening to the audio on podcast. There's a cap on the end of the thing. You have to take it off.
Just drink some of mine. This will sort the issue.
Oh, he just wants water.
He just wants water.
There you go.
Dehydrated. Chasing cows.
Yeah. What's weird right now is it's actually really hard to get dehydrated in Fiji because it's been cool
It's
for a few
freezing
months
right
here.
now.
Like really, really nice.
Thank you.
So were you
What were we talking about?
content creation and
Sorry.
public speaking?
Yeah, I think like the live thing's a lot easier because it's more natural. I think like you're forced to just like get into it, and then once you are, it's not that bad. But when you're filming, it's pretty easy to like.
You don't like filming in
screw 'em up.
public very much, eh?
Oh, I die. Actually, I think I've probably said this. Tootie and I were doing like this video together in town, and I kept screwing up, and I had cover up, which is whiter than my skin. Normal, like it should be the same color, but it doesn't change color once you start getting embarrassed. So I started getting redder, and then under my eyes stayed really white. And Tootie's like, I think we need to take a break because all I can see is like your under eye makeup because I was going so red. But it was because I can't like memorize lines if the people like say
Oh,
this.
yeah.
If it's just me making it up, like it's not bad.
Yeah.
But when you're like, here now say this little tongue twister, I'm like, ah.
Yeah, the early days of working
No.
with Digicel were tough because like there's a lot of content for us to get out to you guys, or that they want us to get out to you guys. And like once you get into the flow, you get a bit more used to it and the promos and stuff that they want you to talk about. But in the beginning, I got like their ad reads. I was like, whoa. And it's different because I listen to a lot of podcasts where people do ad reads in podcast.
Oh yeah.
But you can actually read off of a screen or a paper
Yeah.
because you're not usually watching an ad read on audio. And so when you have to do it like live and in like one shot or appear,
when like the entire office is watching you.
yeah, or you
And
like
you're
have
like, I can't say your promo.
yeah, can you just keep the customers on that side of the store while I
Yeah.
like make myself look like an idiot over here? Yeah.
Well, and it's just like a self insecurity. It doesn't actually matter. Like it's one of those things where like it doesn't matter what people are thinking of you, and they're actually not thinking anything bad of you. You're just squirming because you're thinking bad of you.
Yeah.
Or like this is embarrassing, or I don't know, stuff
Yeah.
that doesn't actually matter in reality. So
How was your like in the 2 months that you were away? What was the hardest part?
hardest part?
Yeah. Or was it like because we did pretty good?
I feel like the last week was kind of hard
Mm.
just because I
'Cause,
knew I was
yeah.
coming back.
Yeah.
I think other than that, it wasn't too hard other than I would say like, well, I stayed at our friend John's house by myself. He's always in Winnipeg for a couple months seeing his dad. And so that was nice to have like the house by myself, but also it's pretty lonely. Like I'm used to having quite a loud house. So sometimes in the evening I would get really lonely. Like I would just be like, and I have friends there and such, but like they have their families and they're working during the week, and like a couple of them live, a bit of a drive from Dawn. So like, I'll finish work 7, 8 sometimes at night, and then be like, I'm not just like gonna go over there late at night and be like, entertain me.
Yeah.
So I started going to the pool. I started like having a good routine of like a couple hours at the pool, doing laps, sauna, and then I go to a couple hours at the gym, and then go to bed. It's great. Oh, and the best thing is like, you work all day, you go sauna and swim, and so you're really relaxed. You go to the gym, you work out, and then the gym I was going to had massage chairs, like it had like a full body massage chair.
You're
and
a
then,
full
like,
bougie.
And then a waterbed chair.
What is a waterbed
And it
chair?
had like red light treatment that you could go sit
Oh
in.
my gosh, dude.
To like go have like 2 massages and then go like red light and tan.
Were you taking placenta pills at the top of every hour as well?
I could have.
Ew, dude. For
I
real.
was like, oh, I love this. It's so nice. Went and got my hair done.
Yeah.
I got my toes done. Yeah. Then I get back to Fiji.
You definitely got fitter while you were gone.
Yeah, and I got back to Fiji, and it welcomed me with like a nice little eye boil, which we call styes. But
Yeah. Brutal.
yeah, I was like, oh, you know what?
But what would you say to like people who do this long? Because we know there's lots of people in Fiji who do long distance. Like, cause like for us, like
I would say don't try not to do it.
like for us, we're looking back on it now, and we're like, oh, we did well. It wasn't too bad. But I'm
Well,
like,
it's
I
2
wouldn't do it
months.
again. Like, I wouldn't do it again. No.
Yeah, I could do like a month, maybe like a month and a week, probably.
Yeah.
Like the 2 months was a little long. I would say I did better. Like I don't typically like talking on the phone, so I tried to like talk to you a little more often than I normally would.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. You did good for that.
And I
I'm
just,
more of a talker, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just get kind of like, we have nothing to talk about. I don't know. Like, I'm like, there's nothing new. I'm not being interesting. And John kept bugging me while I was away, like, you need to make some posts. And I was like, I'm literally cleaning toilets all day. Like, I have nothing to post about. I'm just gym tan laundry, go to bed, gym tan laundry.
Yeah.
Literally. Look how dark I am.
You did good.
This is the most tan I've ever been in like almost 5 years, and I can't tan in Fiji. So I just burn here. So I thought I'll get a little roasty and then come back, you know? What? You trying to read comments?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you were telling me, okay, something happened. We were looking on the news in Fiji about the beauty queens.
Yeah, the beauty pageants.
That's going on right now. I was actually going to be judging this year in Mombasa. And then I was messaging them just saying, like, I would love to go judge next year for the beauty pageant. Just been kind of hard with me away. I didn't want to, like, scar my children and be away for a whole week, like, right when I get home every night. So I thought we'll do that next year. I love judging the beauty pageants, though. It was a lot of fun. Like, all the contestants coming in, they always put so much effort in, and they have either really great or entertaining talents. And I know the one in Mombasa maybe is not as big as the one. Where is this one at? In Nandi or Suva? Where do they host the main one, John?
This is in Suva.
It's in Suva.
Hibiscus.
Yeah. So
that's her.
I really enjoyed judging last year. What's that fun?
So Nadine Roberts will now represent Fiji in the Miss Universe competition after the judges wrongly announced the winner on Friday night at the Pearl Resort in Pacific Harbor. The crown was initially given to 24-year-old Manchika Prasad, who is currently pursuing her MBA in Australia, while Roberts as a runner-up. In a statement, the Miss Fiji Universe 2024 says a controversial decision by judges on the night incorrectly awarded the wrong winner at the Gala Top 10 Finalists event. It says what transpired has caused heartbreak and tears for the finalists.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so should I just read the whole thing?
Yes.
Miss Universe Fiji admitted this could have been easily avoided had the contracted organizer followed correct procedures in the event. The Miss Universe Fiji notes that the contracted organizer had failed to count the licensee vote and consult them in the event of a tie. An internal review, well, why is there an even amount of judges? I don't know. An internal review by the organization revealed that 7 judges plus 1 vote by licensee holder left the 2 girls with 4 votes each, resulting in a tie. Though concerns were raised by the local licensee representative on the night regarding counting the license vote to ensure transparency in voting calculations. Do you guys know anything about this in the live stream that maybe we don't? Despite this, MUF claims the contractor organizer rushed to make the winning announcements, creating unnecessary confusion and controversy. The MUF licensee representative says it's upsetting when such errors occur, as it taints a successful event with amazing contestants and a top 10 that Fiji can be proud of. I mean, she is pretty. They're both really pretty girls.
Well, okay. What you have to understand, though, beauty pageants are not all about their looks.
They kind of are.
I'm not saying that they're not fully about their looks, but they have speech in there. They have presentations. They have like how they articulate and represent the country and like the quality of human being that they are. It's what
Sure,
they're
world
trying
peace,
to
that kind of stuff.
Well, they're trying to like represent your entire country. And yes, they need to be beautiful, but they also need to have a lot more substance.
It's more
to
about
them.
beauty on the inside than like beauty on the outside. Okay, guys? Okay.
I don't know. I think that's definitely not true, but yeah.
I don't understand why there was 7 judges and then the licensee vote. Like,
Made it
okay,
a
there's
tie.
7 judges and then the other guy's going to vote so that there's an even amount of votes.
Yeah,
like-
let's do 6 judges next year, and then the 7th.
Yeah,
one is
like,
the
I don't
winner.
understand. That's why I'm asking people online if they know anything that we don't, because like that's just ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm assuming the licensee was representing like Miss Universe competition or something like this.
Well, they're just setting them up for like a tie, unfortunately, and maybe not every year, but yeah.
It's just
Actually,
bizarre.
when we were doing the judging in Mombasa, I thought I was being kind of harsh, like in my scoring or whatever. Like I was trying to be fair, but I was like trying to make sure that I do a really good job. And when the outcome happened, I was so shocked at how the other judges had voted. Like you kind of think that, you're like, oh, they'll definitely vote along with me or whatever. And I felt really surprised in the end at who won, or, like the voting was just so all over the board. So you really don't
Why? Because
know.
you're looking at beauty or like outward beauty.
No, you're mostly you're scoring like normally they give you like a list of like, okay, today is Pacific Day and they have to dress, how's their outfit, how is their speech, how is their presentation, how is this, how did they walk, did they smile enough, like there's all these columns. It's not just like, are they good looking? So you're scoring them on every little thing, and in their speech, like if they screw up, you're docking them. If they leave and they're not smiling, or they're shaking too much, or they don't present with confidence or whatever. You're going
Yeah.
through all these qualities. You're not just going like, oh, that person is beautiful, they should win. Because sometimes they're kind of embarrassing. Like sometimes they go up there and just blow the whole thing.
Right.
You're like,
So
oh.
do people like? Is this Miss Fiji Universe like only people from Vitilevu? Do you know? From all over Fiji. Oh, okay. Oh, so they come to like the Friendly North.
Yeah.
So the winner of like Friendly North goes there.
No,
Oh.
no, that's not right. They come through. So one year when we were visiting Fiji, like when we were younger, they came through and they were doing tryouts for Miss Fiji. And I was trying to get your cousin Judy to enter, and then her dad didn't want her to.
Oh,
But
right.
I was like, oh, you would be a great candidate for this.
Right.
Yeah. You remember that? And they
Yeah,
came
I do
through
remember
and
that.
they had to like go in and like give a little
I
presentation.
thought that was for
and
the Friendly North thing.
No, that was for Fiji, Miss Fiji.
Oh.
That's why I was like, ooh, this is kind of exciting. You should do this. This is like a really great opportunity.
I'll tell you what, these girls are way prettier than me. That's for sure.
Yeah, well,
And that's not always the case.
you could win Miss Fiji, you know? Buck her up, princess. Really?
Did you ever compete in a beauty pageant?
No. I could never. That would not be for me. Even when I was like young and cute, it's not happening. I don't know, it's too vain to walk down and be like, I just couldn't. I would just be embarrassed. I don't know why. And that's my own thing. I don't think it's an embarrassing thing to participate in. I think it's actually great. You have to have a lot of confidence to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would have not been for me, just to put myself as like the center of attention. And you would think, like, actually, like, looking at myself, I would always go, oh, that would be something you might like. But no, I don't like that. Even on our wedding day, I didn't like that everybody's like looking at me. I felt like there's a lot of pressure.
It's too much pressure for you.
Yeah. I like team sports. I'm not a solo sport.
Yeah, right. Says
No,
people who love.
Even when I did gymnastics, when I had to start competing, like my coaches were talking about going into like competitive league, I dropped out. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I guess you like volleyball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the first time I had to do a big performance, I was doing like a triple back handspring and I fell on my last one. And I just felt like I was going to die. Like inside I was like, you've practiced this for so long. And then every practice you're doing so good. And then in the day you like fail. And I just like my self-esteem couldn't take it. Like it just it killed it for me. I was like, that was so humiliating. Yeah. And like it took the fun out of it.
That was the
for
end
me.
for Stefan Biles.
Yeah. Yeah. No Olympic career over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Question.
Stephanie, what are some favorite must bring back from Canada with you?
Oh, good question.
Oh, well, okay. So for the kids, I did try to bring back craft dinner, and I did not realize that it had real cheese in it. So biosecurity took that from me, which was really sad. They said if it wasn't from Canada, they would have allowed it. The one thing that I brought back for myself this time, I bought some perfume, and I brought back dresses. Actually, I went around and bought a lot of clothing, because normally I find it really hard to find clothing that I like in Fiji that lasts a really long time. Normally you have to go to thrift stores or secondhand shops here, and that takes a lot of stamina because normally those stores are really hot. You have to look through them for hours, and then you may or may not find anything that you like. Where in Canada, it doesn't matter if you go to a thrift store or you can order stuff online. I just could find just more variety in things that I liked. And in the village, always having to wear dresses. It's nice to have a few that you actually like wearing instead of just wearing whatever you could find that could cover your body. Not that I have anything against muumuus, but I've been wearing them for a long time, so I thought maybe it'd be nice to have something that was a little bit nicer. So, yeah. Oh, and I brought the boys back a bunch of like SD cards and camera stuff. So,
Do we have any
hopefully they're
questions come up
happy.
on the stories?
What was I looking for when I was in Canada? Oh, I was eating keto while I was there. So the other thing I packed home, I packed a bunch of like plain wraps for myself, like keto wraps. That took up a lot of weight in my suitcase. But I think that's one thing. Like, I'm trying to eat a lot healthier this year, just because Fiji can.
Dude, it's freaking September. What do you mean this year? Like for the next 12 months?
Till my birthday, I'm turning 35 this year, so I decided
Next year. Her years are just whatever she decides to be here.
This is my
Just,
year.
you know,
No,
woman-
this is my 34th
Oh.
year.
This is my year.
Yeah. So,
Surprise, surprise.
so within my birthday year, yeah, that's how my calendar works.
It's not your birthday year. What?
I'm basing my,
It's my
health
birthday year too.
goals around my
Your next birthday?
Yeah.
You could just say like I want to be. It doesn't
I
even. It's
could.
really confusing when
could.
you're like, this year. It's like, well, for
Says
my
the
birthday in
perfection.
February.
Oh, just roll with it. Just chill. Take a breath. You'll be
You
okay.
can't claim years. It's my year too.
Well, yeah, I'm just talking about in my mental space. I've got until February 26th to
Do what?
to get to like a certain like in shapeness that I would like for my birthday. Yeah, it's my birthday gift to myself. Anyway, it's really hard in Fiji to eat healthy. It's just expensive. And there's not that much variety to pick from. Like that was
In
one
Fiji?
thing. Like, it's so easy in Canada, man. Like things are cheap. Like even a rotisserie chicken, $7 at Costco. I was like, yeah, love this. Get back to Fiji, it's like $20 for the small, tiny baby chicken. Like,
Yeah, no.
rough, man.
You have a question?
I have just along that line. Do you plan on bringing new healthy food to fresh reps and such?
Yeah, I think in the next little while, like I'm planning out. John and I have some things in the background in the works. I'm trying to figure out this year. Well, I'm on my own kind of health food journey in Fiji. What I can create out of stuff that we can get locally. So that
The
is-
whole point of fresh is to not be pretentious also.
yeah.
Because like you really have to be conscious of like where you're located in Fiji. And so to answer Heather's question, yeah, like but nobody will buy wraps in
Yeah,
Sanganga.
not in
So
Sanganga.
we'd be doing this research for another location.
Yeah.
That
In
would be coming
Sanganga,
in.
there's not the market for that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
we are going to look at doing that kind of stuff and just making it more available in a different location. But that's just going to take some time because even with our pizzas at the store, when I was picking out recipes and trying to create stuff, I was trying to make sure that it was produce and items that we can consistently get all through the year. So on our fully loaded pizza, we picked eggplant and tomatoes as our main vegetable because typically those don't go to season. You can always find them. The price does spike halfway through the year. So tomatoes get obscenely expensive for a little while, but it's something that we can always get where you can't always get like round cabbage or you can't always get lettuce or you need, or I didn't want to get canned goods. I wanted to try and get stuff that's actually grown within Fiji.
fresh.
So doing that's why we picked those things. Made a little bit different kind of pizzas, but within the salads or things that we're going to create, I want to find things that we can do with like green papayas or, fresh coconut that's been grated or along those lines. So it's something that, at least we have a few main things that are staples that we can always get. And then obviously we'll be a little bit more creative and get some stuff imported, along the lines that we can provide a variety of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Great
And you?
question. Great answer.
From Charlene. Do you plan to do keto still in Fiji?
Yeah. So I started back today. John and I took like a mini holiday. And so I am continuing to do keto. So the thing I made this morning, or for lunch for everybody, I made like this funny.
It's an
Well,
egg dish.
it's
Don't go
like-
into description. It's an egg dish.
Why?
Mediterranean egg dish
It's a
with Dania.
Pinterest it.
Yeah.
Mediterranean egg dish.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. Anyway, it's tomato based. If you don't like tomatoes, don't go there. But Tui liked it, I think. He's nodding. Yeah. It's a little different than the curry. So
Yeah, I don't know.
a little variety, but it just
Food's
takes some
food.
more mental stamina and prep to eat like that, and I'm not feeding everybody else in the house like that. It's too much work. So it's me. It's
It's
selfish.
also too much money.
It's too much money.
Yeah.
Expensive. So, and I the only reason I'm doing keto is when I've lost any of my baby weight before, when I had a leaky, it worked really well for my body type. And so that's why I'm just something that I'm used to, something that is comfortable for me. So, yeah. Are you there?
Yeah.
You look like you're dead.
Huh?
You're so out of it.
Why?
Get your life together. Breathe a little
I mean-
bit. Have some water.
Yeah.
Some water?
I'm good. Thank you very much. Any more questions?
So, you prepped the land for our new house.
Oh yeah.
How was that? Why did you do it there?
Well, because we had discussed about doing it where I did it.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was just like, I need something to distract me while you're gone. And otherwise I'll just kind of...
I'm not surprised. Like, the
Go nuts.
house is, like, not half built. That's how,
Really? Well, last time we met, I did the bathroom. But yeah, I had... The first day that we did it, I almost actually blew the whole secret. Because I went and, like, saw the excavator working or the digger, and I, like, took a picture of it and sent it to her.
couldn't help himself.
And then she's like, what's going on? I'm like, what am I doing? I totally forgot. I'm not supposed to be telling you about this.
Yeah, did have a moment where I was like, I feel like he might be lying to me. And then I was like, no.
Yeah, because you did sound suspicious for a few minutes
Yeah,
there.
I was like, what is he doing? And then you lied pretty darn good. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then out of sight, out of mind, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, he probably wouldn't spend the money like that. So, but it
But
was,
it wasn't as much money as you thought.
no, it wasn't. And also kind of makes you want to start building. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
know.
let's get ripping wood. Like, we're just going to build an empty shell because we don't have money to fill that house. But we got a bed that we can move over there.
I feel like more pressure when you back yourself against the wall. So, like, if you force things to happen
yeah,
in
like
your life,
you prep the land.
you
you're
just, like-
here we go.
then you're like, okay, we're going to start doing this. And then you start doing it. Like, how are we going to pay for that? And you find a way to pay for it. And then you just keep going, and
Yeah.
eventually it gets done.
Yeah, and we
Otherwise,
need
you
our
just
own
keep,
house.
yeah, you just kind of keep dreaming about it.
And we've been talking about it for so long, and it took us so long. We were debating for like a year where we're gonna build. Remember,
Yeah.
we even like hiked.
Well,
up
that's
the
why I did it
mountain?
too. Because I was like, we just have to make up our minds.
Yeah, we decided.
Yeah.
And it's a good view, and it's a nice area, and there might be some cell phone reception up there.
Yeah, probably not much cell phone reception, but let's get Starlink and go from there.
Yeah. Yes.
We really need to be able to bring on like people who want to collab with us on this build so that we can make it happen in
Yeah,
the timeline that we
It's
need.
true. It's gonna be a little bit like.
So it feels like we're going to kind of like,
Tight.
you might see us promoting like people who are in the building space over the next year or so, but it's because like, yeah, that's our leverage is like, having the blessing of having your guys' attention and ears and eyes and stuff like that. And so because of that, there's companies that sometimes want to,
Or maybe
about
randomly
what they do.
somebody from Australia or something will be like, I need to live in Fiji for a year and build your house. And all of a sudden we have a new roommate.
yeah, no, thank you. Not accepting those kind of invites. What are you talking about?
I'm joking. But I just feel like it's something weird that would happen. And then we'd be like, okay, well, it's fine.
No.
John's house is full enough.
Yeah.
That's why he's building another house. Oh, where to in Croy going to live? We're going to build them like a little mini
Yeah.
house down from us.
They'll build their own house below us.
We're just like going to build our own little
On
new,
their lunch
new
breaks.
village because I'm also like, hey, Don, you should come build the house beside us. And
Yeah, he might need to, eh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to slowly convince him that he could just build a little apartment and hang out with us for a while. we'll see. He loves Fiji. He loves the food.
Yeah, we got some really good relationships already with like hardware stores and people like that. I don't even know if I'm gonna go the full way of like getting it engineered, because like I used to build.
Yeah, I don't think
I
we
used
need
to do framing in the past, so I'd set up the house structures, and so like it's very basic. Looking at what's done in Fiji,
Yeah.
looking at what's done in Canada, and you can kind of combine the two. It's more the layout of the house that you have to be kind
Yeah.
of mindful of, and I think we've kind of figured it out.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, and we were saying earlier this year, the weather is really weird this year. Like, it's cold. It's been cold for quite a while. And then all the mangoes are already coming in Fiji.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot.
that's weird. And so, John, we were just talking about how that's sometimes like a sign for bad weather. I don't know if that's accurate, but like,
Yeah, well, I just remember on the year of Yasa, there was a lot of mangoes that year. And I've heard from some oldies that, like, when the mangoes, like, because there's not many mango trees where we live here in Seganga, but when there's lots of fruit and lots of flowers, that's a kind of a sign sometimes that there's going to be lots of.
No. I was just having this thought while I was like having a nap. I was like, what if we built and then it just blew down? I was like, I don't think I could handle that. So we gotta make sure it's strapped down really well.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
it is up on a hill. I don't know. It just makes me.
Lots of people build a house up on hills, though.
I know, but it makes me so nervous. The first cyclone we ever went through.
Imagine the
traumatic.
first cyclone we
Very
go through in that
traumatic.
house. You're going to be so nervous.
I know. Well, hopefully, I don't know. At least if it's strapped down a little bit more secure than this place, which this one's it did great in the cyclone.
It did.
It just,
Yeah.
I don't know. The place where like the fire pit is was definitely like you could see it lifting, and that was a little stressful. I was like, we're going down. We're all about to die.
Like Tu's parents' house.
Yeah.
It's like gone. Eh? Well, what is the house they're living in now, though? They built it again?
It was my grandfather's house.
Oh.
And it's now my parents' house.
Oh.
You pick up the road. You see on the house.
If you go down the road.
Pick up the chief road.
Oh.
You stay in the house.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Where
okay.
they're staying now. Oh, okay. But their house is close to the river?
Yeah.
Even? Yeah, okay.
Like, yeah, where the tank is. There's a river.
Oh, okay. From the original house. The one that was... The foundation's still there, right? Or like the post and the floor?
Just the floor.
The floor? It's on post or cement?
Cement.
Oh, a cement floor. Oh. Crazy.
We're gonna
That's
do
wild.
a wood floor, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I feel like we keep going back and forth, but I think we are actually solidified on a wood
Yeah,
floor
we are.
now.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted cement, and then John's like, it's going to be bumpy. It's not going to be, like, smooth. And then I was worried about the cyclone thing with not having the air go underneath. There was a lot of, like...
Yeah, it's just like it's up on a hill, and like I want to make sure that cement is also. I want to make sure that it's going to be solid. And yeah, cement can be built. Concrete floors can obviously be built solid. There's just a lot because it's like a budget build for those of you who still. Yeah, we're still staying in the village. Yeah.
who still think we're...
Yeah,
have a
like
lot of
really,
money.
really wealthy people. Like we literally have no budget for this build. It's just going to be
and
like.
it's not an unlimited budget.
Yeah, but like there's no budget. Like there's no save money that we're
Yeah.
going to be spending right now. This is all money. Like any money you guys see us spend on this will be money that like we start making tomorrow.
Yeah. It's true.
and which is fine. Like there's lots of money in the world. The problem is not money when it comes to these things. The problem is your ability to go and get it. And so
Yeah.
that's what we need to get better at. And we're just taking a long time because we're just doing things a bit of a different way. So now you're going to see us shortcut this whole process a little bit and start talking, like I said, about like people who are probably in the building space, because chances are like we don't have the money, but they want the eyeballs. And so we're going to like, exchange some of their product for some eyeballs. And that's how we're going to like swing this thing a little bit. But we need to... The problem with cement is that also I don't have experience with concrete.
Yeah.
And
you're nervous
so
about it.
I'm nervous about it. Wood is a lot more forgiving because you can drill and then cut and then cover. It's just a lot more of a forgiving medium to work with, in my opinion. Whereas like cement, like where your toilets are. Like you need to make sure you run all that plumbing ahead of time. You need to know exactly where like you have to have your blueprints
Yeah,
really
and
laid
then
out.
what if it goes badly?
And then like because we cut out the side of a hill, so like probably a third of that flat area that is up there now is all new dirt that's just been pulled down from the hill and then like spread out.
Yeah.
And so if for whatever reason that everybody says no, you don't have to worry, just let it get a few rains and you're good, and they'll talk to somebody else like no, you probably want to get a roller on it to like settle it down before you build on it. So
Oh,
like
okay.
what if I didn't roll it and I just did the rain thing, because there are people who do that, but then like the front half of the house like cracks, and then I have a
Yeah.
big crack right in the middle of my house, where like this house we're sitting on right now, like where we're sitting is actually higher than the middle of the veranda. Like it's uneven, but like there's no crack. There's cracks everywhere. It's wood.
And you can't tell.
You can't tell unless you stand far away from the house. And so I just find that wood is just a bit more forgiving for, like, this is not like a $250,000 build. This is going to be like way under 6 figures.
Well, and
Like,
the other thing in the
wait.
village is like when you build, you get no return. So typically in other places, or if you bought land
Exactly.
in Fiji, if you're going to build, you'll make more money off your investment because it is an investment. Where here, you're just building for a place to live. You're not going to be able to sell this in the future. So that's very different.
Yeah, like
It's
most
not-
people build up equity in their real estate.
Yeah.
So you, like, even though you might go get a mortgage, as you pay it down, like your payments become less, the amount you owe becomes less, but the house is keeping on it keeps on increasing in value. But when we build out here, there's literally no value in this house. Like it's not a house that I can go and sell to somebody. It's
No.
on an agriculture lease. Like I'm allowed 2 dwellings. One is for me and my family, and one is for a caretaker. That's it. And so this is simply for our peace of mind and our family, because my mom and dad are moving in here and we need somewhere to live.
Yeah.
So it's not like this house probably will be there forever. It's probably not ever going to go anywhere, but it's not like the house you build investment portfolio out of it.
No, you don't want to spend too much money on
No.
it. That's the thing. So
And like it
That's
doesn't
why it
have
needs
to
to
be
be
fancy
basic.
to be nice either.
no, and like my sister is an artist, so even if we wanted to fly her in to make us really cool art and buy cheap furniture and part of it is decorations, John. That's the thing.
This is where I lose all my energy.
Making your house look
No,
cool.
women
and
just like have a
enjoying
way of talking where it's just like, you're like talking about keeping on a budget, and it's like, I'm fine with simple. And then she says something like, oh, my sister's an artist. We could like fly her in and get her to draw art for the house. Like, wow, that sounds cheap.
Would you think that is more
Well, how about no
expensive?
art?
Like-
How about we don't need art? How about this house has no art and it's fine? How about we just put up pictures of our beautiful faces on the wall?
No.
You're like,
Unacceptable.
option number 1, we fly in my sister, who's a professional
It is
artist,
actually
and buy
option number
canvas
one.
and stretch and you can spend 3 days building frames and then stretching
Yeah.
canvas over
Yes, you
frames for
can.
our house.
Yeah. And you know what? Once it's
Guys,
done, you'll look back and go, yes,
you mute
this
her?
is
Mute her.
why we have women in our lives, so they can make it a home, not just a hole that we live in.
It's
Because
true.
if you
Its
go
value
into-
is holds the memory of your family.
When you
That's right.
go into a man's house, typically there's one foam on the floor with a bowl and a spoon beside it, okay?
Yeah,
Typically you go into a woman's house and they have, I don't know, furniture and like
That's
a
sexist.
bed frame and like it's a little more put together, and it goes, oh, this is comfy and this is where food is made.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to live in a hole. So we'll debate this off screen.
Yeah.
Says they should put John's portrait in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that Jesus meme, like staring over your shoulder, like behind you on the toilet or something.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll take less time in there then.
Huh? Dude. Sure. I have like indents right above my knees
Oh, okay.
where my elbows go.
That is disgusting. Oh my gosh. Actually, it's really funny when you go into Canada. People have all these things in their bathrooms, like these little stools that like prop your legs up, so it's like helps you like go to the bathroom better and
What?
stuff like that. You never seen those?
No, those are for kids.
No, they're
Stephanie,
for
Stephanie, those are for the toddlers that live in
John,
the house.
It goes around and it's so your legs come up, so you're in like a squatting position because it's better for your bowels. Who even knows about this? Where do you live, under a rock? Yeah. This is not a step stool, John. This is like a
I've never sat down on a toilet and wished, dang, I wish there was somewhere to elevate my knees
No,
so I could
it's
squeeze
supposed
my
to be
shenanigans out faster than I am.
healthier for you. That's
Yeah,
why.
I read.
Yeah, there you go. Tui's more informed about this. than
Really?
you are.
Well, yeah, I know squatting. Yeah, dude, when you squat, it's just like
Okay, well, you don't need to get it.
sweet home Alabama.
Okay.
But like when you sit on a toilet, yeah, it can be difficult. But that's just I've never been there and be like, oh man, I wish there was like a perfectly shaped stool that I could just put my
Dude,
feet
the
on.
gizmos in bathrooms, like cleaning people's bathrooms, they have like the seat thing. They have like
The seat thing.
well, like the squatty thing,
Oh,
and then they have like the whole like hot water. What is that called? The
bidet.
bidet. They have that, and then even like some of the toilets are like electric. They like come up and down and like self cleans itself, and then it's wild.
I like that.
It's a little
I like that.
It's very intense.
I like
yeah,
that.
some of the toilets are a lot.
Squatty potty.
Squatty potty.
Really? Have you guys, whoever's listening right now, should Google bumper dumper.
No,
That is what you need in like in
What
your
is-
tool shed,
what is that?
huh?
What is
Anybody
that?
who looks it up will know.
Okay, well, as long as it's not like highly inappropriate.
It's not.
Tui's
It's
looking
not.
it up right now. Tui's like, what is that?
Bumper dumper. It's actually key for anybody who works on the go, mobile contractors, people like that.
Mm.
Oh,
It's good.
just carried it around?
Huh?
You like carry
No,
it
no.
around with you?
No, it
Okay.
attaches to the hitch of your truck.
Dude, really?
Yeah. No, just look it up. Just look up the bumper dumper.
No.
The bumper dumper seat.
Kind of like the shiwis.
No, that's very different.
So it's just the seat. Plastic.
Yeah,
Oh, it's just seat in the plastic and then you just poop on the road? That is messed
in
up.
the open.
That is messed up. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that is messed up. At least like in Canada, like most of the time if you have to use like the roadside for the bathroom, there's snow. Like normally it's like winter. And so you feel like there's like less evidence 'cause you have like snow on top of
Oh,
it.
How do you go? Go up. Ice fishing.
Oh, okay. Well, I can.
depends who you are, I guess.
It depends on who you are. If you're me, you run to a cabin and go, please, I don't ice fish. Please let me use your bathroom. If you're other people, some people pee into the fishing hole.
Yeah, that you're fishing in.
It's disturbing in the tent, and I don't know.
Poop floats.
No, you do not.
I'm just
do
kidding, I'm
That.
kidding.
That doesn't float away. That'd be so gross.
That's funny.
I only went ice fishing once, and I did not enjoy it because it was freezing and boring, and I'd use the toilet. So to trudge over to find a cabin and be like, I'm not from this province and it's too cold. Let me use your bathroom. Yeah.
2 questions.
Repeat. I saw in a previous video that you are homeschooling your boys.
Yeah.
I'm curious how you format your days. Do you stick to a schedule or just go with where the day takes you?
Typically, well, when I was here, I was doing all the homeschooling. So right now, my life looks a little bit weird because I'm running the business in Canada. So I'm waking up like 2 or 3, doing some office work, normally going back to bed minimum 5 or 6, getting up around 8 again so I can function. And then from like 8:30 to probably 12:30, we're doing school. So I have 2 curriculums that I brought in that we were following pretty rigorously for the first little bit. I've deviated off of those just because I can see there's certain areas that my kids need extra help in. So we've just been focusing on that. I find the boys, they can't sit for too long. So sometimes I try to break up the day just depending on their attention span to do more like running in between or going to go do push-ups or exercises, switching up to playing games. And then typically I end the day just with some YouTube videos. I bought this, what's the science program? Do you remember the science program I bought?
No, how it's made.
I have to look up the name. My sister recommended it to me. Anyway, it's actually these Canadian guys in the prairies where my sister lives that they put on this little program, and they teach you about little different scientific informations and link you to like a good YouTube video that will elaborate more on it. So it's not expensive. It's like $10 a month. So I kind of normally end the day on that. I focus with myself to do math and English with them, and then everything else can be online. That's, if I need some time for office work, they can watch a video on something, and I can step back and just answer some emails because I am multitasking. And then we do lunch, My kids normally have a nap just depending on the day, and then I get some more work done with John. So that's kind of normally how our day goes. But I find the boys don't need too much. I think this next January, I think I'll have to switch some stuff up. I may actually have been trying to convince a family friend that wants to come move to Fiji. She's also half Fijian. That she should come live with us and be our teacher. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see if that works in any way, shape, or form. So that would be nice because I have never wanted to homeschool my kids. I just felt like it was a necessity for us as a family. So if not, then we'll be jumping back into a similar routine next year. And I'm going to bring in some different curriculums from Canada just so it will make my life easier.
Looking for teachers.
Yeah, well, I think she'd be great. I think she'd like it. She wants to be in Fiji. She wants to come live for a year here at least and kind of see how it is. So if she really wants to, she can.
What's the chances that you think she comes?
I think it's a high chance. I think it's like a 89% chance.
89? You're
Yeah.
only leaving 11%
Yeah.
for probably not.
Yeah, because she wants to.
Whoa.
So I
Okay.
think it would just depend on how quickly she can save up some money, pay off some school debt, which she doesn't have much left of. And I told her I can't pay her a lot, but I can feed her and house her, which takes most of her expenses away. So we'll see. I would love that. And she's great. She'd be so great to live with. So,
Yeah.
yeah. You always have to look at that and go, could we stand each other?
It's the craziest thing. I'm watching in the background right now. A kid who's washing their butt in the tap.
Oh,
Probably because there's no toilet paper in the house.
yeah. Okay.
Just very like it's very raw, you know, in the podcast studio over here.
Just look the other way. Poor kid.
No, it's a very small kid. I was just like, it's so funny. like everybody's like, oh, it's just totally normal, like beautiful scenery. I'm like, look, you guys are looking at like the mango tree and the mountain behind us. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. This
Well-
kid's over there like.
Poor kid. Okay, well, on that note, we got to wrap up. I got to make dinner.
Wait, there's a question
Oh, okay.
Tina,
from Tina.
what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in Canada since you've moved to Fiji?
Oh yeah, good question.
Oh, the biggest changes in Canada. Well, the fashion's improved.
Oh really?
I'll say that. When I went back right after COVID, everybody looked homeless and like they couldn't wear a bra to save their lives.
Oh, girls wearing bras again?
Yeah, people are starting to wear
Huh.
bras again, which is good.
Yeah, dude.
I got to Canada after COVID and went, well, you guys have been in your houses this entire time and haven't left or looked in a mirror. So the fashion is improving. I don't know. I didn't notice that. Oh, well, do you know what? The other thing that I noticed in Don's area of Kelowna is that there is a lot more immigration happening. So the amount of people that are immigrating right now from India specifically
Yeah.
is really high. So, which is good for Canada. We have a lack of people right now that can do work. So it's I think it's a really great thing to have this immigration into the country because
Lack of people are willing to work
willing to work
hard with
well,
their
and,
hands.
and now, like, even for our business, we're getting so many more resumes. It's nice to see that there's people out there looking for jobs and, you know, nice people that want to work hard. And so I think that's been a good thing. That's just from
There's always two sides to every story.
yeah,
though. It's not
that's
all
from
good.
what I've
Yeah.
seen. I think
The levels of immigration that we're seeing are also not healthy in Canada for reasons, other reasons as well.
yeah, I'm sure. I'm just saying from my personal point of view, it's been a nice
Mm.
change going, I can't find anyone to work to now that we have a plethora of people applying and I can actually go through and look for someone of quality. So that's been really nice. So that would be probably the two biggest kind of changes. People are dressing a little bit better and there's a lot more immigration happening.
How about
right now.
church-wise?
I only went to church once while I was in Canada.
Right.
I worked a lot of Sundays. So in our church, we had a new pastor. He seemed really great.
But you can't really speak to the church.
I can't speak to it because I wasn't able to go. I was just booking work as much as
What
possible.
about people in general? You're standing in line, you're walking downtown, you're hanging out. Normal?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
felt normal. There was nothing really that seemed like it changed, like in Kelowna, where we are. Actually, the weirdest thing that happened in British Columbia is they're not allowing Airbnbs right now. So I don't know if it's just in our city or
Well, that's
if
one
it's
of the
all
downsides
BC's.
of immigration.
Yeah, so there's not enough housing right now. And so the government has put in that you're not allowed to do Airbnbs that are short-term rentals. They have to be minimum 3 months, which I'm sure was a slap in the face to those people that had bought properties to make them Airbnbs. Like, what a brutal thing to happen to you as a business owner.
That's crazy, man. That's why things like the Fiji Price Commission or FCCC or whatever the crap it's called is so unhealthy.
Oh, like it's controlled and
Yeah, anything that like controls, like it takes away a freedom that you have.
in a free market.
I bought my house with my money and I own the property, and now you're telling me that I cannot do with it what I want to
Yeah.
do with it. Like, okay,
Yeah.
it's bad enough to like if
That's
I
true.
like am gonna like rent out my Airbnb, that it's gonna be like taxed and all
and
of
I have
this
to have
stuff.
safety things in there, and it has to meet certain like
Yeah, like there's already
standards.
standards that like I had to meet, and now you're just gonna say no. Actually, you can't make
Yeah.
money in that way off of your home,
Yeah.
because what we'd rather see is people you rent that out long term to tenants who are gonna live in your house permanently, because we brought so many people into the country.
Yeah, like you're penalizing the people that have bought houses instead of going, hey, let's
Yeah.
put incentive to build or make more infrastructure, because the government is bringing in more people. The people that are living there are not bringing those people in. So why are we having to be penalized?
Now I'm getting fired
And
up.
so, okay, so then the effect of that in this town that I was in is we had a really low tourism this year. You could tell by the beaches, they were pretty empty. And that's just anecdotally. I couldn't tell you numbers, but when you go to the beach, typically they'd be crowded. We're in a really tourist heavy area. And so that affects restaurants' income for the summer, which is normally where they make most of their money. It affects the people that
shower.
were renting that out. It affects all the different tourist-based businesses.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting. And then also, okay, one other thing. This year in Kelowna itself, a lot of our wineries died. A lot of the vineyards died off. So they're needing to replant that. They had a really weird frost year.
Oh,
So a lot of people are buying up cases of wine. And so next year they predict, and my friend Jen told me this as well, that they predict that the wine prices are going to go through the roof because there's no grapes from this season.
Whoa.
And then on top of that, I was talking and listening to the radio. I met some people that ran orchards, apple orchards specifically, and our packing house, the apple packing house in Kelowna, shut down, went bankrupt. So the orchards are not getting paid for last year's apple harvest, this year's apple harvest, or people that hadn't put their apples in have nowhere to sell.
Whoa.
So we are probably the main producers in
Canada
for apples.
Yeah.
So if they have nowhere to sell to right now, what are they going to do? And then
Whoa.
crop insurance doesn't cover that because they had a crop, they just have nowhere to sell to, and that's their
It doesn't
problem.
cover lack of market.
Yeah. So that's
Well.
kind of the drama right now. We're in fruit country, winery, vineyard country, and that's all really suffering, which is also an effect on tourism and all that. So that's going to be a bit of a blow for everybody, I think, in that area.
Couple of questions here.
Questions? Mike.
How did you like the inflation?
How did we like what?
How did you like the inflation?
Inflation? Oh, like the prices in Canada? Yeah. Well, like I would say the thing that I always notice the most when I go back to Canada is the prices of eating out is crazy high. So like before we moved from Canada, you could go out for $15 to like
We also didn't go out that much.
no, but
like,
like
we
a
weren't-
high end, like medium high end restaurant.
I'm just saying we didn't notice that price too bad, because like when we go out and it was expensive, it was like, yeah, we're going out. But to some people who like eat out like
Yeah.
4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah, but you notice it because even McDonald's was expensive and Subway's expensive, and heaven forbid you want to go to like A&W because that thing is a ripoff now. So, you know, things like that, that is kind of like the everyday things that were supposed to be cheap fast food. That went really up. So that's a little bit crazy. I would say the groceries and such, I didn't notice it as much. Fiji groceries are pretty expensive. So when I look at the price in Canada, it did not make me cringe at all. It actually makes me cringe more in Fiji because you look at how much income people make here. And it's the wages are low compared to what you make for wages in Canada. And people are struggling with their bills there for sure because the rent is really high in Canada. So that's probably what crushes people the majority of the time. Where rent in Fiji's, it's low and it's pretty equivalent to wages.
Yeah.
But yeah, inflation, you can see it in different ways. And businesses, even my business, we've had to put the price up in the last couple of years. We've had to put wages up because people won't work for less. They can't afford to. So yeah, it's a little bit hard for that way.
Another one. Can you guys
Okay.
Yeah, we can video it. We'll see. It'll be probably just snippets here and there.
Yeah, time lapse and
Yeah. I'll try to do the best that we can. Like, the thing is, like, if I'm making content, then like I need to be making money off of that content. And so, like, if
Yeah.
I'm going to specifically make content about building, then like I need partners to come alongside us and who will either fund part of this build or supply whatever roofing or wood or materials like that, because like content creation takes time and we don't get paid off of Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. We do monetize on YouTube. That's it. And that's not much money.
Yeah.
And so uh, we're not doing this to be famous. We're doing this because like this is the platform that we build our brand on. And so, yeah, the Waka family is simply a way to tell the story of the Waka brand. And so, I will try my best. It's just like if I don't have a paying partner, it's hard for me to justify like taking lots of time to like, because building is pretty boring, right? And it's going to be pretty tedious. So we need people to give me a reason to like take the camera along and like think about like, hey, what's going to make this interesting? How do we tell a story about, spending $8,000 on plywood flooring? Like what's interesting about that other than like you guys just getting to see how much money I spend on my house?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, so that I mean, what would you want to see about a house build that
It-
would be interesting to you in Fiji?
I think it
guess
could
is a
be
question.
informative, like budget wise, for people that are wanting to build their own houses. And, obviously we can't do it in an expensive way. So it would be maybe like a relevant thing to talk about to people about how much we're actually spending, which, like, on the way, we're happy to do that. We are not like hush hush with our money. That's not a big deal to us. Like, if we spend 10 grand on something, we'll tell you. If we found something really cheap and affordable that has a reasonable quality to it, we'll also tell you that. So I think in the long run we'll do more naturally than we think, but I think we'll put more effort into it if we can get backing, because it will become a priority then to us. And I think it will be interesting. I think it just depends on, how much time we have to create, because otherwise we need to go find money in different avenues, and we'll be putting our time there instead, going, okay, well, we need to chase the money to actually do this build. Along the way, of course, we'll mention what we're spending. We will show you guys stuff. We're going to be living there.
The topic
You'll
is
see that a
building
lot.
our house, by the way. Somebody. But also, if you guys know, like, I know lots of people look at us like, oh, we're super well off people. Whatever. You guys can think that if you want to think that. But if you guys know people that are like, builders or, have access to different things that would help us to put this house together, we need solar. We need,
I
we
feel
need
like solar is going to be the killer
we need
for us.
the interior fitted out, like the kitchen, and like I'm not asking for free stuff. Like if a business comes alongside us, like Global Machinery, they get a lot of promotion. That's why they own the market space for tractors right now. And so if there's somebody who has a company that freaking can build a house, or you have a hardware store or something like that, then like let us know. Or you
Yeah.
want to professionally draw the house up for us, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
All that stuff helps because like I need a material list, for instance.
Ugh, what
Right?
a pain. I know.
All this stuff that we have to go through, and it's fine. It's all good.
I'm
But
so
like,
glad this is your problem and not mine. And I can just be like, I'm going to get my sister to do art on the walls.
yeah. Well,
And you can be like, no, I just want a
that's gonna
pantry,
be
John.
very high on the priority list. If you guys know artists or something, like we'd love to do like graffiti on the walls and stuff like that.
We're not doing graffiti on the walls, but okay.
how big a house you guys planning to build?
It'll be like 40 by 40, probably. Yeah, because we need extra room because extra people live with us, and
We need an office space.
yeah, I don't want it to be like a matchbox house where like we build like a little piece and then like extend and then like you have all these little extensions on. So yeah, probably 40 by 40 plus verandas on two sides, I think is the plan.
Mhm.
So not a small house. Bula, how much can someone from overseas save to build a house back in the village? 3-bedroom house. Well, man, it really depends. Like, it depends where your village is. Obviously, like if you're building a village in like Ngau or something like that, or Koro Island, where you have to like bring all the supplies on a boat, like your cost drastically increases, right? But like say for us, like we are. What do we gotta do here? Tink.
John is having something that's saying our lives.
Yeah, our
might
lives gonna end on
expire.
TikTok. But for us, for instance, we have lots of hardwood available to us here where we are in the village. And so, like, my thing is I got to get somebody who can just rip a bunch of vesi for us. But first, I got to come up with a material list to know exactly what lengths we need of all this different type of wood.
Yeah.
Buambua is up on the hill, so we can make it quite cheap. So it depends what size of house, like a 3-bedroom house, like, I don't know, yeah, totally depends. I mean, here in the village, you can probably build it now for like sub 40. Yeah, sub 40 grand if you did it really like budget build. Cost of everything's gone crazy through the roof recently. So,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Can you turn 1 acre of your agricultural land to residential land and build few cube house and turn them to Airbnb for tourists who wanted to experience village lifestyle?
Oh, like for us to do that.
Yeah, we're a bit far outside the village. Like again, like our point of doing this was not to be like famous ourselves or to like create interaction on like such a big scale. But yeah, because like our goal is still like I had thought to them, I think we're like marketing. We're good at marketing and branding, and then that happened to turn us into like influencers. But that's not like how we identify as like as an influencer, as like a person who like wants to be famous. We're doing this stuff because like I want to be able to create businesses that like have people have jobs in Fiji.
Well, and to answer your question, we
What?
probably could do that. We probably won't.
Yeah. Like the whole goal is to like have employees and
Yeah.
not like fans.
Well, I think the other
necessarily.
thing that people don't realize is like John and I just work a lot. So I don't think like as much as we would like be like, oh, this would be great to have people around and entertain you. We're not going to be there. We're working. Like we're not actually going to be that fun to hang out with. That's not our full-time job would be to be like your host. So
The way I would do it is like to get these like I would get like these eco tent things you can get. Now they're pretty common in like Safari World and stuff like that. Like they use them. They're just like canvas tent
Yeah.
structures that you just need a foundation or like a flat platform to put them on.
I think if
But then
we-
even if we did ecotourism or agritourism, like I wouldn't be here to like show people around the
Okay, I
farm.
think the only way that we would consider doing that is if we were like, you know what, we're done with opening up businesses and we shut it all down, and then we just did social media and then we Airbnb'd and we were just like really great Airbnb hosts that videoed with you and you would just be in our videos. I think that would be kind of like the only like hardcore switch, and we'd be like, actually, we're done doing anything else other than this, because otherwise you'd not be there, and then what would be the point? You would not be fun and entertaining, and
Yeah.
it would. You got a mosquito. Come here. There you go. Your
But
face
then
every
again,
time you
your,
read questions.
No, I can't quite see it.
Then again, just like your lease is just for agriculture and you're only allowed to build.
Yeah, 2 permanent structures.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd have to
Yeah,
do like the
you
eco
could do
tent
eco
thing,
things.
like a canvas structure
Yeah.
that wasn't
Not
not built or
Okay.
fixed into the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna sign off for the night because I gotta go start making dinner. So I'm gonna go. Are you gonna continue?
Okay, we'll end the podcast right now. Thank you guys for joining, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.